So, if you guys haven't known, there was quite a big hoo-ha that happened in the Path of Titans community. For those who don't know, I will explain it to you. So, what happened? Basically, Alderon released a patch for the new dinosaur, the Tyrannotitan, but the dinosaur was actually locked behind a paywall initially, hence causing an outrage among the fanbase. After a few hours, Alderon Games changed it and making it free for all who got the game and gave the people a chance to refund it if they got the creature while it's still pay to play. Now the community is split into two factions, and a very small minority that is I don't approve of. Those who are okay with paying for it and calling the other faction crybabies for not putting just $7 for the creature, while the other faction, the ones who aren't okay with paying for it, are calling the other side a bunch of bootlickers, just bowing down to whatever the developers do. There is, however, another small group in the community which are fucking psychos, sending death threats to the devs for a fucking game. Like, seriously? You're going to threaten death to the hardworking team making a game you enjoy? What the hell is that going to accomplish? Like, what happens if you go through with your threat? How will they continue to make the game better then? Seriously, these kind of people need to grow the fuck up and stop sending threats for a simple game of all things. They're not threatening your livelihood, they're not threatening anything, just threatening a game that you play. Like, seriously, come on. Now, from my standpoint, I lean more towards the not okay with paying for new creatures, but I do have my reasons. First of all, the game is pay to play. It's not a free to play game. If it's a free to play game where the monetization is used to allow the players to get more money, or rather allow the developers to get more money from the players, that will make sense. Think of like Warframe, where the game is free to play, but there is monetization in the game to make it easier for you to progress and stuff like that. However, ultimately, in a pay to play game, it's kind of looked down upon to spend money to buy a creature, or rather to buy a playable character. Think of like the time when EA made the Star Wars Battlefront and they made fucking Darth Vader, the most OP character, behind a paywall, behind loot boxes even, and that made the game die pretty fucking fast, or rather made the game have a horrible review pretty like quite badly. So that's my issue with it. And if they do want to do something like this, where it's like, oh, I want to provide monetization for this creature, there is something that someone said in the community that makes sense. And actually, I kind of like it also, like the idea also, which is to let the player collect a currency in the game to unlock new dinos in the future. This solves three problems. First one is people who don't want to grind the game will spend money to buy it. Second one is people who don't want to spend money will play the game to grind it. And the third one is actually it gives players another goal in the game to actually do, rather than just running around collecting acorns. Now, why I like this idea is because Warframe. I'm gonna bring that up again because Warframe is actually honestly the best free-to-play game in terms of monetization wise. Warframe locks its weapons and characters behind a paywall from the looks of it. However, you can spend the time in the game to actually grind out these characters and get them for free. So it gives the player an option to either A, spend money to actually buy like the new dinosaur or the new creature in the game, or B, I don't want to spend money but I'll spend time in order to get this new creature in the game. So this basically solves both sides of the issue, to be very honest. Now, why am I on the not okay with paying side of the community? It is because of Ark Survival Ascended. So if you guys didn't know, Ark Survival Ascended was initially a free upgrade to people who have Ark Survival Evolved. And the developer, or rather the main developer, promised this. It promised on Twitter. I can't find the evidence for it, but I remember vividly that he said it will be a free upgrade to people who own Ark Survival Evolved. However, it's not, as you can tell, it is a pay to play game. $60 on Steam, not thinking of not providing the Christmas sale and stuff like that. And this is very similar to what Matt promised, as I'm gonna read out to you what he promised while showing it on the screen right now. Matt says, "Thanks for the amazing support helping us crowdfund the game. We get to be independent and are not forced by a publisher to add predatory microtransactions to the game. We have no plans to do this ever. No matter how much money is offered, this game will remain independent. I would like to post a video about predatory microtransaction and why they will not be in our game and why the mobile version will be in fact paid." This is very important because this is what the developer promised the players. They promised that there won't be any predatory microtransaction, and they only they only have microtransaction for skins that does not affect gameplay. This Tyrannotitan situation is, if it's not solved, or rather if the community just like let it be, it will become something like Ark Survival Ascended, where the developer can do basically whatever they want and just charge players for anything, and also go back on their promises. People are not outraged because they have to pay $7 for the new creature. I think plenty of people will actually spend money to buy the skins for the game in order to support the developer. What people are outraged about is the break of promise, the break of trust between the developer and the player. That is what the not paying side, not okay with paying side, is very unhappy about, or rather that's what I am unhappy about when I saw it. And if honestly, if we didn't stop this, it might happen to what Ark did. And if you don't know how bad it is in Ark Survival Ascended, they made tamed creatures pay to tame. They are charging $5 for exotic creatures, and these creatures are generally known to be overpowered by the community. This makes the game pay to win, and pay to win games are abhorrent. There are a few people that are like, I'm okay with paying to winning because it just makes me feel good, but that is how a game dies. Unless your game is so good that people are willing to pay to play for the game, pay to win for the game, then it's okay. But currently, Path of Titans is still in beta. I don't think this is a healthy thing for the game itself. And not only that, some people are like thinking, but the Tyrannotitan is not exactly very OP. It is a fucking apex that can heal. From the little that I saw in the game itself, or rather from the trailer itself, it is an apex that can heal, turn around, and do literally almost anything. It is just a powerhouse, and they initially made it pay to play, and that is what I see. It's like going down the path of how Ark, or rather how Wildcard Studio, the developers for Ark Survival Evolved and Ascended, are that what they are doing, which is just horrible for, like, it's just horrible for livelihood for the game itself. Now, I'm not trying to diss or, you know, insult the developers. In fact, if you've seen all my, like, some of my previous streams and stuff like that, I love Path of Titans. I love the developers and what they're doing with the game. I have said my not discomfort, but my uninterest in playing the Isle, even though I did play a little bit. And when I played Path of Titans, I praised Path of Titans on like how it plays compared to the Isle. And I am not making this video to criticize Alderon Games. I'm not making this video to criticize Path of Titans. I'm making this video out of love and respect for the developers to not pull this kind of stunt, because this is how a game will fall immediately. Now, I hope that these kind of situations does not happen in the future. However, if they do want to make this a feature, they should at least allow the players a choice of either pay for the creature or spend time for the creature. It's either spend money or spend time for the creature. As this is good as because it will give the players a choice of like, I want to spend either money or time. And I understand from the people who are okay to play side, they want to support the game. They want to give money to Alderon Games to support the game, to make sure that this game doesn't die. However, just calling, like, fighting amongst each other is not, you know, it's not a good look, and also it's not a good thing also, as there are validity to both sides. One side wants to give money to the developers so that they can keep the game alive. The other side is trying to stop the developers from going down a path of no return and basically low player base. So ultimately, to end it off, if you want to make this a feature, just let the players have a choice. Spend either money or time on the game. With that being said, this has been Kasu, and I'll see you in the next video or stream. Bye!